Yeah, so we've gotten like 5 to 8 inches of rain in the past week and a half, dude. Like, it's been a crazy amount of liquid coming down from the sky. Thank you, Mother Nature. It's actually really good for the fish because it warms up the water. You know, in winter, usually we get like 50s, 40s as a high, 30s in the morning, 20s in the morning, and they still bite. But when you get these kind of warm-ups, it can raise that water temperature. Like today's supposed to be like 64 degrees, I think, even in the clouds and all that with cloudy, overcast conditions. So it's like literally the perfect day to go fishing. So you can hear it freaking pouring outside. So Bog's in the back of the truck. Bog absolutely hates rain. And you guys know I got him from the dog pound or whatever down in South Florida. I always like to imagine the reason that he hates rain is because he like lived in a sewer and he's like, oh, it's raining, I wish someone would take me home. And he's like living in the sewer, you know, like under some road or something, you know, like straight up bum life, bro. And that's why he doesn't like the rain, because it brings back memories of his lost doghood. So it is absolutely pissing rain, so we're gonna stop in Vans, get a little fishing report from Dalton. If you guys remember, we did a little shop walkthrough, but this is gonna be quick because Balls wants to go fishing. Look at this door-to-door service, bro.
Door-to-door service, bro.
All right, we got to find Dalton and get this fishing report so we can go catch some fish. All right, Dalton, I know you get a lot of guys that come into Vans, you know, they're shopping, you're seeing what they're buying. Can you give me kind of an update on what's going on Smith, kind of what you're seeing?
Well, the jerkbait bite is picking up a good bit.
Really?
It's a little early, but it's starting to pick up. Yep.
It, like a 110 mega
The juniors.
The tiny ones?
Mm-hmm.
That's
annoying,
dude.
Yep.
Anything else going on? Like watercolor? What's kind of new?
I was about to say, with the rain coming in, you should be seeing a little bit more watercolor.
A little more watercolor. Yeah. So crankbait bite might kind of start up.
Should be, yeah.
When we get this sort of like stain, especially like back, I'm going to the park, which is just down the street, and usually because the river's right there, that big creek's right there, you get a little color in the water. What are your top go-to like soft plastic colors in, say, like a Keitech as well as a worm for catching spots in that stained, even dirty water? Yeah.
You can go look.
Okay.
Come here, we'll show you some colors.
Better to see, right?
You know, it's usually the brighter colors, but whenever we get this little bit stained water, so some of the darker colors, the smallmouth magic is usually a pretty popular one, or the pro blue red here.
Okay, so something with like some green. So not so much like a black, but like a deeper hue of green.
Yeah.
What about for like your drag baits, like your shaky heads, your drop shots, things along those lines?
We've got a new one that's just came out, the shaky vibes.
Let's go,
have you seen those?
No, I haven't.
So it's kind of a cross between a shaky head and a chatterbait. But these little guys right here, you know, it's kind of expensive for 3 of them, but those right there have
Dude, I actually have one of those tied on. Doesn't Z-Man make something like it too? Like a diamond chatterbait or something like that?
You know, they have the willow vibe.
The willow vibe, that's what I'm thinking of.
So for a swim bait, you'd go with these. For a shaky head, you'd go with the
So
shaky
you just
vibe.
drag that thing?
With a worm.
So I got to beat him up on colors because he's not telling me what worm color. So what color, Dalton?
That right there.
Oh, the old, and super simple. Yep. I mean, just old school zoom, green pumpkin blue. All right, we got to go shopping. We're going to get the boat, we're going to get the dog, and we're going to go catch some fish. Well, guys, we finally made it out fishing, and conditions are just like I suspected. You can probably even see behind me. Water is muddy. Now, here's the deal, though. One little trick you can do when it gets like that, you can run away from these creeks and get into some of that clear water. But we're gonna fish some of this slightly stained water because it makes the fish a little less tentative, I guess you could say. And see if we can't scrap together some bites, and then we'll kind of run gradually to that clear water and see what we can put together. This is a sweet bait, swim bait. It fishes very high in the water column. It's something for bigs, just in case I see him schooling and I don't want to throw a spook. Of course, we have a Keitech right there. That's a 3.3, but I'll have a 2.8 at some point out today. I need to put a new swim bait on this. That's that little Scottsboro underspin. And of course, we have the spy bait. Moving over to the more finesse-y stuff, got a sneaky one for you. This is a re-release of a classic lure. This is actually what's called a giggy snake. I cut the head off and made it into this really cool super finesse like Nico rig. Worms, like we've talked about, are not super viable during the winter, but we're having a warm up, and that allows me to fish some of these docks and some of this cover very specifically. Got that new Bass Tricks, this is the Sonar Tricks, that's almost like a Demiki rig, and then I got 2 drop shots. He got it. Oh, you took my bait, buddy. God, the way these fish dart over to the lure when they want to eat is absolutely insane. When they don't want to eat, haha, good luck with that. The rain in Spain usually falls on me. This sucks. So we poked around out deep and it hasn't come together. So what I'm gonna do is, I've seen a couple fish blow up shallow, like 6 to 10, 6 to 12 feet. And so I'm gonna push up. I'm still gonna fish on the same stuff. I got that drop shot, but I go down to a 1/4 ounce, and then I got a little Keitech. It's that 1/4 ounce, the same we're using for out deep. We can just fish it a little bit faster up shallow. But maybe these fish have moved up with the warming water or something along those lines. But we just need to get a couple bites and put something together. That's a big one. Wow, they went shallow. I like it. I got this monster bass rod and I'm kind of liking it for this Keitech. It's a medium light. So what we did is we've just moved. Look at that guy. I like it. You can see we're kind of right next to the bank, but there's these points that kind of duck in and out, and there's little ditches in between them, and every once in a while you get maybe like a dock piling or a little patch of brush, and dude, there's little pods of them. We gotta cast again. That's a big one. Look out, Bo. On the old Keitech. Hey, look out, Bo. That's a freaking chunk, dude. And it went shallow. How about it, dude? Jeez, that's a chunk spot. I think I burned through like 3 packs of freaking Keitechs today. This trip's getting expensive. Hit like and subscribe, guys. Between those little jokers biting the tails off and those big jokers freaking shredding it. I don't mind when they do that, but hot colors have been Tennessee shad and I think it's Tackle Warehouse blue pearl or red pearl blue. That's what this actually is right here. It's just a good all-around color. There's a little bit of stain in the water, and it shows up really well, but it's still kind of green, semi-clear water, so it's a nice like shad sort of mimicker, like bait fish mimicker, but it has a little more pizzazz to it. See those guys right there? That is exactly what we're chasing. That might be a better one. It's so hard to tell on the spinning rod. Look at Paul. He's bolting. Okay. Or a striper. No, that's a great big spot. Great big spot of bass. Bog, you're gonna like this one. That is a great big spotted bass. Is that your favorite, Bog? Dude, this Keitech, I keep trying to put it down and then stuff like that happens. Oh, is that your favorite, Bog? Okay. There's like 3 more, dude. 3 more. You know what's coming out? The old Nedster. I can't pass up a chance to toss a Ned. Green pumpkin candy. I don't know how big that is, but the old Nedster, that's a decent one. The old Ned coming through, boys. This little Nichols Ned with a nice, solid one, with a Gambler Power Ned. He freaking smoked it too. He freaking nozzled it. I felt dong. Go back and she was there. There's some more too. You can see him down there. They're like, hey, what's going on? What happened to Jim? Oh dear. Bro, I told you once, and I'll tell you again, this thing right here, this little Keitech, either a 2.8 or a 3.3, is absolutely stellar for winter fishing. I think one of the coolest parts about today is we made an adjustment, and it was a big one. We went from fishing 40, 50, 60 feet of water to dirt, dude, like 6 foot, 8 foot, which is ultra shallow on this lake. And it's one of those things, always remember in winter, these fish, for as much as I want to catch them deep, they want to be shallow. My buddy Miles Murray always tells me that. All of these fish, they're born to be sort of skinny water predators, and that's what they did. They felt that warm rain, they felt that warm spell, and they're like, bro, let's ditch this deep stuff. There's striper eating us out here, you know, it's high pressure, really deep. I don't like it. It's giving me a headache. let's go skinny. And that's exactly what they did, and we migrated too. And all it took is seeing like one fish pop up shallow, and I'm like, hey, let's go check that out. So just take that to heart. You know, always be open-minded and be fluid. Be as fluid as the water around you, and be willing to sort of make a complete right turn at just a random moment, dude. And definitely tie yourself on one of these. And we actually tried a new rod. This is on the new Monster Bass rods. This is the Lunker Stick 7-foot medium light. It's kind of perfect for this Keitech because it's got a really soft tip to it. I would compare it more to what I would describe as a medium, but it's a pretty solid rod. Has a perfect bend for this Keitech because it just loads up when they eat it, dude. Absolutely fun day. I'm going to give Bog a pat for you. I hope you guys enjoyed stopping in Vans. I love those guys. They're super duper cool. But hit that like and subscribe button because I need to buy some more Keitechs. I think I went through like 8 packs. Jesus. Way too many. Tennessee shad, baby. Tennessee shad. Tight lines, guys. We'll see you back out on the water.